Good morning, Sandra. Are you okay to talk?
Yeah, good morning. Sorry, who am I speaking to?
Are you for real? Don't you even remember me? Kari, from our children's school. Your daughter is in the same class, remember?
From school. Okay.
I'm Terry's mom. Now do you remember?
Terry, huh. Hold on a sec. Oh, from kindergarten. He's in the next class over, right?
You got it! That's me, Terry's mom.
Oh, really sorry. Got a whole bunch of friends from school. Sorry, I was not aware that we exchanged names. I only recall using our kids' names like Terry's mom. You know what I mean?
Oh, really? Well, yes, I suppose you're right. We do tend to go by our children's names, don't we?
Sorry. Where did you get my contact info?
Did you forget that too?
Yeah, sorry about that.
You remember? At the kindergarten PTA meeting. We all exchanged line info after we finished up. Don't you remember that?
Oh, yes, now I remember. It was also hectic. So you were there, huh? Kari, right? I thought it was only our class that was having that meeting. I didn't realize your class attended too.
Come on, Sandra. You seem a little absent-minded today, lol.
Yeah, well, sorry about that.
How can I ask you to take care of Terry when you're so preoccupied?
Huh? Take care of who?
Terry, silly. I'm headed over right now. You don't mind taking care of him for a bit, right?
Hold on a minute. This is the first I'm hearing about this. Must be some kind of mistake.
Yeah, well, you're hearing about it now. Come on, our kids go to the same kindergarten. We have to help each other out when we're in a bind, right?
I'm not sure that's a good idea. I hardly know you, and I don't think I even know what Terry looks like. How could I take care of him? Besides, today is...
Yes, I know all about it. You're just about to leave, am I right?
Okay, so you know I'm about to leave and you still plan to leave your kid with me? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, of course. You can take Terry along with you.
Are you being serious?
Come on, it's just for a little bit. He's no trouble at all.
Impossible! Are you kidding me? Sorry, but I can't help you out.
Come on, I'm really in a bind here. I'm really busy.
Well, for your information, I'm very busy too.
Alright then. I left Terry at the front entrance of your apartment building. He's got extra clothes and some snacks in his little backpack too. So take care of him for me, would you?
Huh? Hold it 1 second! You can't just...
I was going to take him up to your place, but I couldn't get into the building without a security code, so I had no choice. Oh, well... Okay, so take good care of him. He's a good kid. See ya.
Hold on, Carrie. You can't just leave your kid down here. Please pick it up. I can't do this. Hello, Mom? Sorry to bother you so early in the morning. Can you talk? Oh, good morning, Sandra. You must be getting ready to leave right about now. I'll be at the corner to pick you up. I plan to head out pretty soon. Wasn't your flight at 9:30? Yeah, still have time. Thanks so much, but I've got a huge problem. Huh? What's wrong? Are you sick or something? No, nothing like that. Do you remember a woman named Carrie? Carrie? I'm not sure. What about her? Well, she's this kid Terry's mom. He's in the next door kindergarten class. Oh yes, I do remember her. Terry's mother. She's that one who dresses a bit flashy. Yes, I've seen her around when I went to the kindergarten on your behalf. She's also a bit boisterous. She seems to be pretty well known at the kindergarten. Although I've never talked to her. What about her? Well, you're not going to believe this, but she just left little Terry in front of our apartment. She apparently wants me to babysit him. Huh? She just left him there? You're not serious. Just a little while ago, I got a line message from her saying she's going to leave him, and just went ahead and did just that. I tried pleading with her not to, but she just ignored me and left. Oh my god, how could she? She must be out of her mind! I couldn't just leave a 5-year-old kid standing all by himself in front of the apartment, so I brought him in. Now I don't know what to do. Did you tell her you were just about to catch a flight? Yes, apparently she knew I was about to leave. Must have heard it from someone at the kindergarten. Really? She knew perfectly well that you were going to catch a flight, and she left him there? She really must be out of her mind! Dear God! And she said to take Terry with us to wherever we were going. Just left him with his backpack, with snacks and a change of clothes. Hold on a second. Does that mean she abandoned him? That she's never coming back? Well, she just left him. Didn't say when she was going to pick him up, so I don't know. I hope not. I hope it's some kind of mistake and she just misunderstood or something. I've been trying to contact her ever since, but there's no response. Probably has her phone turned off. Anyways, until I can figure out what to do with Terry, I can't leave. Sorry, Mom. Yes, you're right. You can't very well bring him with you. Putting him on a flight and taking him with you? No, definitely not a good idea at all. What about Terry's father? Where is he? Evidently, she got divorced about a year ago. He quit his job and moved back east to his parents' place. The last I heard, he started some business there. So, that means he can't just drop everything and rush over. I really don't know what to do. We have a flight to catch. I may even have to cancel it. Definitely won't get a refund this late. Could possibly catch the next flight. Oh, wait a second! Wasn't Terry's father? Oh, that's right! I just remembered! What? What is it? What about Terry's father? Hey, give me a bit of time. I'll get back to you. Yes, of course. I still have a bit of time. I'm pretty sure I can catch the next flight at noon. Still have a few hours to spare. Okay, till noon. Plenty of time. Mom? What are you up to? I'll get back to you ASAP. Just give me a little time. I'll pick you up at the corner. Bring Terry. I'll drive you to the airport and you catch the noon flight. I'll take care of Terry while you're gone. Huh? I can't let you do that. Don't worry. Leave the rest to me. I know what to do. Okay, if you insist. Thanks, Mom.
Hey, Sandra, I'm back! Thanks so much for taking care of Terry for me while I was gone. You're a godsend. I was finally able to get some rest and recuperation for a change. I just got off a flight and I'm gonna catch an Uber ASAP. Hang on to Terry for a wee bit longer, would you please? Thanks!
Hello, Carrie. Not a peep from you for 3 days. Where the hell have you been? What have you been up to?
Oh my god! Is this the Spanish Inquisition or something? Sorry. I was in such a hurry the other day that I was not able to explain everything in detail. And I switched off my smartphone the whole time. Obviously because I just wanted to be left alone for a few days. Can you blame me? I mean, it's only been 3 days. Give me a break, would ya?
Okay, I'll tell you what happened to Terry during those 3 days you were relaxing.
Huh? No need to tell me. He's a quiet kid. He wouldn't cause any trouble. Here's how it was for him. He got on a flight with you and enjoyed himself with your family. It was a nice little vacation for him. Thanks.
Vacation?
I bet he was able to gorge himself with delicious food and drinks. Oh yeah, and sweets too. Oh, hey, do you have a souvenir for me too?
Oh, I'm starting to see the whole picture. So, Carrie, let me ask you something. Did you think we were on a family vacation?
Duh, yeah, of course. Why else would you make flight reservations? It's to go on a family vacation, am I right? At least that's what I heard.
Where did you hear this exactly?
Huh? On my way back from kindergarten. I heard you talking about it to the other moms.
Oh, so you were eavesdropping. A little disrespectful.
Come on, I wasn't eavesdropping. I just happened to overhear you guys talking is all. Besides, don't you think it's a little disrespectful to leave me out of the conversation? That's way more bad-mannered.
Then why didn't you simply ask to join the conversation? We wouldn't have minded one bit. If you had just been a little bit more courteous, we would not be in this mess. This definitely would have not happened if you had listened.
What do you mean by this mess?
This was not a family vacation.
Huh? I heard you were taking a flight. People take flights because they are headed to some holiday destination, right?
That's where you're wrong.
Oh, maybe this was a business trip or something?
No, I resigned from my job about 1 month ago, so no, not a business trip.
So, not a vacation and not a business trip. So where'd you guys go?
We moved. The reason we went on that flight was that we moved. We no longer live in that apartment or in that state. For that matter, we don't even live in the country anymore. We're currently living in Europe.
Europe? You mean like across the Atlantic Ocean, Europe?
Yes, my husband got transferred to the head office in London, so we all decided to move there.
Huh? You're joking, right?
So we're no longer in the US. We're all in our new place in London. I have to say, it's a really nice spot.
Huh? Then what about Terry? Where's Terry?
Yeah, Terry, your 5-year-old son. I was shocked that you would leave him with us.
But how was I supposed to know that you would move to Europe?
I informed the kindergarten that we would be taking our daughter out this semester. I'm sure all the mothers knew that we were moving. I'm surprised you didn't hear. Your eavesdropping skills need a bit of work, I see. Didn't figure you'd mistake our move as a vacation. When you said you knew of our plans, to be honest, I was really shocked. I figured you knew we were moving to Europe and wanted us to take Terry with us. For good. If I had taken your words at face value, and taken little Terry with us, well, that would be kidnapping, wouldn't it? Or would it be child abandonment?
I didn't abandon him! I just asked you to take care of him! I just figured my vacation and yours were scheduled at the same time. So why not take Terry and I could go relax for a change? That's all. All I did was ask you to babysit Terry, that's all.
No, you didn't exactly ask me. I knew what you were up to once I figured out that you probably misheard the whole thing.
Forget that! Where is Terry? Where is my son? You didn't... Did you? I mean, really take him with you to Europe?
Even if I tried, I wouldn't be able to do that. He doesn't even have a passport.
So, where is he?
He's at his father's place.
Huh? What did you just say? My...
Yes, Terry's at your former husband's place, back east.
Huh? Are you serious? What the hell did you do? Terry is mine. I have complete custody of him. You can't just take him. How could you... What gives you the right to send him off to his father's place?
What was I supposed to do? We had a flight to catch. Our whole family was booked and we had people meeting us in London. We couldn't very well cancel the whole thing. I had no other choice.
Besides, how the hell were you able to contact my ex?
Well, my mother-in-law resigned from her company a couple years ago. Your husband happened to work at the same company before he got divorced and moved back east.
Huh? You're kidding me!
They were in different departments and didn't really know each other. My mother-in-law got in contact with an old colleague who still works there and had him ask around about your ex, and...
You went through all that trouble just to find him?
Yeah, it was pretty difficult, but a little kid was involved and everyone was enthusiastic about helping out. Eventually, we found out where he lived and contacted him immediately. He came and picked up Terry the next day. I left the rest to my mother-in-law and we moved to London. That's it in a nutshell.
I can't believe this. Why?
So that's the story. This has nothing to do with us from here on out, so contact your ex and work things out, would you?
This is your fault. My whole life is one big mess because of you.
Oh, hello, Carrie. How have you been?
How can you be so calm? You put me into this mess. I'll never forgive you for what you did.
I really don't care if you forgive me or not, to be honest. So, you're in a mess, yes, I heard. Apparently your husband has total custody of Terry, huh? Oh, and that guy you went on the trip with. He's also had enough of you. Didn't want anything to do with a woman that would abandon her own 5-year-old kid. Don't blame him. Dropped you like a hot potato. Your turn to get abandoned, huh? What's more, that $1,500 or so that your ex-husband was sending you every month, that was apparently spent on your little vacation jaunts and to treat your boyfriend. I hear your ex is trying to get all of that back, for Terry.
Huh? You're in Europe. Why do you even know all that?
Your ex-husband seems to be a very responsible guy. Out of courtesy, he called my mother-in-law and gave her all the juicy details of how it all went down. And then my mother-in-law relayed the details to me.
That loudmouth jerk! He's always such a blabbermouth!
I don't want to be rude, but can we cut it short here? I mean, none of this concerns us anymore.
Huh?
You lied to me because you wanted to give me a piece of your mind, right? Okay, so I heard what you had to say, so let's end this once and for all. See ya!
Hold on a second, Sandra. I want you to pay for the damages.
Come again?
I put my trust in you and had you take care of my precious son, Terry. You abandoned him. It's all your fault. So pay the damages and pay my living expenses.
Oh, I see. Very interesting. I'll think about it. Alright then, I'm gonna block you. See ya! Unfortunately, it didn't end after that conversation. Apparently, Carrie attempted to barge into her ex's house and tried to get Terry back, but her ex and his folks had already moved out of the old house. So Carrie attempted to barge into a complete stranger's house. At that time, she saw a little kid similar to Terry playing outside and took that child into her car thinking it was Terry and drove off. The cops finally caught up with her and charged her with kidnapping. What's more, the car she was driving was borrowed without permission from a friend. Yes, she was subsequently charged with theft. So breaking and entering, kidnapping, and auto theft. Obviously no chance of getting her son back with a criminal record like that. What exactly did she want? I really can't comprehend what she was thinking. TBH, I really don't want to even try to understand that warped mindset.
Man, I am so nervous. I never thought that I'd be shaking this badly.
Come on now, Gwen. Why are you getting all nervous about this again?
Zane, you have to understand why I'm like this, right? This weekend I'm finally going with you to see your parents when we talk to them about getting married. And that's not even the thing that's got me this nervous. It's the fact that you are 26 years old right now and you are going to be getting married to me, who is 10 years older than you. That's going to be a massive hurdle we're going to have to talk about with your family. And what's really put the cherry on top of this anxiety cake is the fact that your sister is going to be showing up to see me last minute.
I guess that would all be stuff to get nervous about. Especially my sister wanting to show up to see you now. I wonder what she has planned for you this time.
All I can think about is that first time I ran into her on accident out in public and she screamed that I was the cougar trying to get with her older brother. And then she chucked her latte at me before running away in the other direction.
And like I've said 1,000 times before, I'm really, really sorry about that.
Well, I'm over all of that now.
You always have been really good at forgetting things over time.
I never said I forgot about what she did to me, Zane. Just, I don't feel as upset about it like I used to.
I know. And after that happened to you, I went and had a talk with my sister about how I was the one who confessed my feelings to you and had to win you over as my girlfriend.
But it's not like that changed her way of thinking about me, right?
Then what do you want to do about her? You gonna rethink marrying me now or something?
What? I would never rethink marrying the man I've come to love so much.
Thank God. I've told you this before, but when it comes to my parents, my mom is a whopping 11 years older than my dad. Which means that to them, you being 10 years older than me should be just fine. And they won't be questioning a thing about our love. That doesn't mean that my sister is ever going to accept things and will most likely always want to be a little jerk when she's around you. So just know that after we've gotten married, you don't ever have to be around my little sister again.
And I most likely never will want to be around her again, but is that really okay?
To be honest with you, I'm getting tired of having to hear about her crap too. It also sounds like she has a boyfriend of her own now that she's thinking about getting married someday. So if they end up getting married in the next couple of years, she should be moving out of my parents' place. And hopefully really far away from us.
I see. Well, even if she does move away and I never really have to deal with her, we'll still all be family, so eventually I'll have to see her again. So I hope this time, when I come over to talk with your parents some, her and I can come to an understanding.
I'm sorry that you have to be so worried about her. But thank you for trying your best with her.
I'm sorry. Do you mind if we end this conversation here? I have to go and see my little brother now.
Now that I think about it, today is the day. He's moving out of his dormitory and into an apartment closer to us, right?
That's right. I heard from him that he's planning on having his girlfriend move in with him soon as well.
Oh. Well, that's wonderful to hear. Is there anything you need my help with? Carrying heavy boxes or anything?
Thank you for asking, but I think we'll be okay. He already asked for a moving company to help with his things, so they'll be loading all of his things up for him, bringing them up to his apartment, and then unloading all of them for him. The only reason I'm really going out to see him is because my mom asked me to go and make sure everything goes smoothly for him.
Oh, is that right?
Well, I'm going to start driving out to see him.
All right. Be careful. And tell your brother I say hi.
Zane, I'm on the bus right now, heading over.
Thanks for letting me know. You should be getting to the bus stop near my parents' place in another 30 minutes or so, correct? I'll head over there and come get you when it gets closer to 10:45.
All right. Thank you, Zane. Oh, that's right. I wanted to tell you I'm with my brother right now.
Wait, your little brother is coming?
He told me that today he'd be leaving from the airport that's close to your parents' house for a small business trip, so he wanted to ride along with me. Also, he did just move closer to us this week, so he'd like to see you again before he has to leave. He promises to make things quick and not interrupt our plans, so if it's all right with you, maybe the both of you can chat for a couple of minutes before we head back to your parents' house?
Sounds good. I guess it's been a long time since I last talked with him, and since this will be my first time seeing him in person, I should get out of my car and introduce myself again.
Thank you, Zane. And by the way, right now, my heart is racing so much.
You'll be all right today, Gwen, so please, calm down just a little.
That serves you right. I will not let an old hag who is 10 years older than my brother have him. As long as I am still breathing and around my brother, I will not allow you and him to get married. But it's not like you're going to want to marry him anymore after what I've just gone and done to you, right? By the way, what the heck do you think you're doing calling the ambulance after taking one light punch like that to the head? Are you trying to be overdramatic now? Anyway, that was the last time you will ever be allowed near my family. Now get as far away from my family and I as you can. And don't you ever even think about coming back here. Are you Zane's little sister then? Demi, was it? Well, look who's finally started to respond to me. My head is pounding and I am very dizzy right now, but there is one thing I want to say to you. Oh, what's that? Tomorrow, you are going to regret everything. So that's the kind of thing losers like you have to say? I was just defending my brother from some old cougar that was trying to force him into marrying her. So there's no way I'm going to start regretting what I've done to save my family tomorrow.
Yo, Demi. I was only away from the room for a couple of minutes. And actually, how do you even have Gwen's phone number?
In order to finish her off today, I took a look at your phone in order to get her contact information from it.
Why the hell would you do that?
Because, had I not gone and taken care of her today, you would have been taken away from me by that old cougar, and that would have been the end of you. The only woman that I will allow to be my older brother's wife are women who are both younger than you and cute. Anyone else, and I will not let myself sit quietly by as you sell your good looks and great furniture for such a cheap price.
Who the hell said you were in charge of who I get to marry?
Me, because they will become my sister-in-law. I want you to marry someone that I can call my sister and not be embarrassed by when we're seen walking together in public.
That's your reasoning?
Also, all I did was give her one good punch to her head. So why the heck did you all have to call an ambulance for her and make a huge deal out of this?
Huh? Did you now even notice what happened to her after that?
What happened?
After you punched her in the head, she fell backwards and smacked the back of her head on the corner of that shelf.
What?
Did you not see the amount of freaking blood that was gushing out of the back of her head?
There was blood?
She's had to get 7 stitches in the back of her damn head now after what you did.
What? You're kidding, right?
And that's not even the worst of it, because she's also suffered a fractured skull now and will undergo further testing to make sure there's no major trauma to her brain. Also, where you punched her on the chin, it caused her to slam her teeth together, breaking 2 of them and splitting open the inside of her mouth.
Zane, I didn't mean to do all of that to her.
I will not let you get away with that crap this time.
I didn't think things would get out of hand that quickly.
And there's one other thing I have to tell you now.
What?
No. That's not something I should be having to tell you right now. In a little bit, you're going to be getting a call or text from your boyfriend, and that's when you'll hear what else has to be said. I hope you're ready for when that comes.
What? My boyfriend? Why would my boyfriend have anything to do with this? Hey, Gwen, why are you... What the hell is going on here? Do you hold some kind of a grudge against me now or something? What is it? My freaking boyfriend! He's your younger brother? This is the first time I've ever heard anything about this. You went and deceived me, didn't you? You were a freaking jerk. Why would that be something you'd think? You are wanting to marry my brother so badly that you've gone and forced your own little brother to have a relationship with me. Would you stop having those extremely stupid delusions about me? But Zane and I only just found out about my little brother being your boyfriend yesterday. Huh? Just yesterday? Just before I had come over to your parents' house yesterday to talk with them about us getting married, my brother said that he wanted to meet with your brother in person, and so he rode the same bus as me and talked with your brother before we parted ways. It was then that Zane said to me that my brother was the same man you'd always been showing your brother pictures of and bragging about. That was the moment all 3 of us learned that my brother's girlfriend is you. No way. I'm in the same boat as you right now, thinking something like that cannot be. But this is a small world after all, and things like this can happen. This is not the time for you to be saying something so easygoing. He left me. That's what I assumed would happen. He just told me he got off the phone with you a second ago, saying that he was breaking up with you. My brother just arrived at the hospital a little bit ago, just before he was going to be leaving on his plane for work. And he's been by my side ever since, making sure I'm doing okay. He and Zane have both been here with me, and they've both been talking about everything that ended up happening yesterday. Seriously? I'm sure you don't need to be hearing this from me, but after what you did, I'd find it surprising if he hadn't broken up with you. You can understand why, right, Demi? But I didn't know anything about this. Had I known that you were my boyfriend's older sister, I would have never done something like punch you. I'm sorry to say, but that's not even close to the extent of your problems now. Huh? You shouldn't be punching people like that, no matter who they are to you. You are old enough now where you should be able to understand that, right? But you don't, and that's why you ended up punching me in the head. No way, all of this. My brother was being so nice to me by never saying anything to me when I bragged about my boyfriend. I had been looking everywhere for a man like your brother because I wanted someone just like my brother. I had finally found the king I'd been looking for so long. And my brother was the same way, thinking he had finally found the woman he wanted to have a very serious relationship with. That's why this time, after seeing the kind of person you really are, he will not be giving you a second chance. What the heck? You talk like you know everything and anything.
Gwen! Congratulations on finally being released from that hospital.
Thank you, Zane.
Hey, are you sure it's all right that I don't come out to see you right now? You still got those stitches in your head and you're only just recovering from your concussion, right?
I know, but my brother and my mom are here with me and will be taking me home. And you have a lot on your plate there right now, correct?
I suppose so. I know that you chose not to proceed with having the police get involved in all of this, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to be forgiving her any. I'll make sure she pays you for all your medical bills and the damages she caused to your head.
Good, I'd really appreciate that.
This hasn't even been the first time my sister's caused trouble like this. My parents have both been spoiling the hell out of her and never punished her for anything. But now they seem to have learned their lesson. So at the moment, they're talking with one of their friends who runs an offshore crabbing industry and seeing if maybe he'd take her.
An offshore crabbing industry? I've heard about crabbing, but what do you mean by it being offshore? Isn't all crabbing done on boats?
Not all of them, especially in this part of the state. However, my parents' friend runs a fleet of boats that are away from land for weeks at a time, fishing for crab, and he hires a lot of delinquents in order to try and turn their lives around. And considering my sister's a major delinquent, so that's where my parents want her to go and have her terrible attitude beat out of her.
Oh, well, that sounds like a great time for her.
So after what's happened to you because of her, it sounds like their friend will be more than happy to take her from us and turn her life around. And at the very least, even if she still doesn't learn her lesson after working out there in the middle of the ocean, she'll at least never have the chance of coming back into your life.
All right, I really hope so. So, once she's gone, can I come back to see your parents and talk about getting married?
Gwen. You were assaulted by my sister and almost received some very traumatic brain damage, yet you still want to be married to me? Thank you.
Zane, thank you for having always wanted to be married to me, even with our age difference in mind. I look forward to being your wife.
And I look forward to being your husband.
Zane! I was just forced into a white van and I'm not being let out! One of them said I need to get to the harbor and on board their boat as soon as possible, but they won't tell me why! Why am I being taken away to some boat? And why haven't they taken my phone away or anything? Is this what Dad was talking about when he said I'd learn to love the taste and smell of the sea? Why can't I just stay home with Mom and Dad and do the chores there? I need to hurry up and find myself a new boyfriend to make my husband, or else it'll be too late for me. Zane, listen to me. Demi's dream was to always marry a man with a lot of money and a really good complexion, so that she could be a housewife and always have someone to brag about. In other words, she wanted a life where she didn't have to do anything besides spend his money while also feeling like she was special. But after her world came crashing down due to her immaturity and lack of understanding, she's now had her fate sealed working for a very tough company. Right now she's living aboard a crabbing boat called the Slippery Nipple, where she is surrounded by a crew of men that range from being ex-convicts to those who never bettered themselves in any way and wound up there. And since she's the only female on board that boat, I am not too sure there will be anyone stopping those men from having their way with her. As for myself, I was finally able to sit down and talk with Zane's parents again, where we planned out our wedding and everything. Then, a few weeks after that, I was able to go back into the hospital where I had one more scan done on my head. And when they found that my skull had been healed up, they took out the staples and let me go. That day I was also able to pay off all my hospital bills with the money Demi's parents had given me from her. And using the rest of the money she was forced to give me for the damages, I started paying for part of our wedding. And after 6 months had gone by, Zane and I officially got married and had the wedding. Of course, nobody invited Demi to the wedding, but it's not like she would have been able to come anyway. Unless she was willing to swim all the way back into shore in her drenched butt to the wedding. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.